Hello, everyone. So, I am currently in South America, and it was recently the Day of the Dead. And in a way of honoring the land that I'm on, I have decided to do a ceremony. It's just a meditation. There was no medicine involved, but like just a meditation and a ceremony for my ancestor. And what came through was some generational healing thing that was tied up in my family tree that was affecting my daily life in a way that I was not even aware of. So, I would like to take a few moments to share that journey with you and the medicine, what was called for in a space to help clear this energy, so it might inspire you to do the same, or perhaps help some of you on your path. Now, if you are watching this video and it's not even close to October 31st, November 1st, don't worry. These things tends to find us when we need them, and you can do this practice for yourself any time of the year. So, my name is Isabelle, and welcome back to the download. So recently, I had an opportunity to look into my patterns with men. What kind of men do I attract when it comes to romantic relationships? And upon looking into this, I was surprised to see that I had three major relationships in my life that lasted about 2 years or more. And two out of these three men had a deep core wound with their own mother. And for some reason, it was the first time that I realized that, whoa, this is kind of strange. Where is this pattern coming from? There's 8 billion people on the planet. Why do I somehow attract these men? So, a few days ago was the Day of the Dead, and in a way of honoring my ancestor, I decided to sit in front of my beautiful altar in the evening, lit a candle, and just set the tone for a meditation and said in prayers. And my grandmother on my father's side came. So I sat with her energy for some times, and this is where a light bulb went off that my own father had a very troubled relationship with his own mother. Now, mind you, my father married my mother. He was a really good husband, treated her well, even in sickness, looked after her. My parents were not into drugs and alcohol. They were honest, hardworking people. They worked, they provided. We had family vacations. My parents were the type of parents who actually wanted kids. They cared about educating us. They cared about what we were into, and all that to say that I came from a stable home. So it was strange for me to think that perhaps there was a relationship between my father's trauma and these men that I was attracting, because I didn't have this volatile family environment. So what was the link there? And this is what I got from it that may help you is my father, because of his own trauma, that gave him a particular personality type. And I'm not saying he wouldn't have had some personality traits if his relationship with his mother would have been different. But through this, I'm used to be around a certain type of man, my father. And the man that I was attracting to also carried the mother wound because it was familiar to me. When I was meeting these men, there was something inside of them that was like, hey, I know this energy. That feels like home. This is something that I'm familiar, and almost perhaps confusing it with love or feeling safe in that relationship because this is something I was familiar with. And this felt very revealing to me. And I guess the medicine for me in that space was to release this trauma that was never mine to carry, and to say to my grandmother, listen, You had your life on earth. I don't know what circumstances in your life led you to act this way towards my father, but it's not mine to carry. And also giving this trauma back to my father and say, hey, dad, I love you, but I feel that I have picked some stuff from you that is not mine to carry in this life. And with all the love in the world, I'm giving this back to you. And I feel this is an incredibly powerful practice to perhaps sometimes we do love people, we are empathetic, and because of that, maybe we develop a tendency to take things on our shoulders that are not ours to carry and to give that back. So I had to go through my ex partners and give their back their trauma. And I don't want to be a victim here. Like they didn't dump that on me. I don't want to be a victim here. That's not the point. I'm not saying these guys just came in my life and dumped all of that on me. This is not what I'm saying. It's just me willingly wanting to make space for that and have my own journey with that, but realizing that I was taking in more than I could chew, and it was time for me to give that back and make room for something else. So what will that something else will be? I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting because we think of trauma bond with I have my own trauma. I'm diagnosed, let's see, with PTSD. I might attract another person who has post-traumatic stress disorder because we share so much understanding, but it's still a trauma bond. But this goes beyond. It goes through generations as to how our own parents' trauma may look so familiar to us that we still attract other people based on trauma, but they're not technically our own. It's just a sense of familiarity that comes with these people because we were exposed to our parents. So again, the medicine here is to give back this trauma to their respectful owner and say, thank you, I am sorry, I can love you, I can wish you all of the best, but I am no longer carrying this within myself. And doing a huge clearing of perhaps our mentality, our mental landscape, or the way we view ourselves, and all I guess the mental landscape that led us to pick these trauma that were not our own in the first place. So an invitation to look at that as well. Do we have a savior complex? Do we fear that if we don't shower our loved ones with empathy, they're just going to disappear and not reciprocate and such? So again, it's just an invitation. I wanted to share that with you because it's been such a huge practice for me. And as to, it felt very empowering, it felt very freeing, and it may help you as well. So I can only assume that my next relationship will be entirely different. Calling in something, another way to bond with another human being that is not based on trauma, but that is based on wholeness, on stability, on something else that I cannot imagine because I haven't had that experience yet. But we'll see what the future brings. Until then, I do offer private sessions. They are donation based. There are energetic support and activation sessions, as well as galactic consciousness integrations. So whether you're new on the path, opening up your channels, or you're way down and ready to unlock your Jedi abilities, what I do help with is custom practice for you to strengthen your own psychic muscles. So it's almost like being a physiotherapist for a psychic muscle. So I don't have a magic wand. I'm not going to magically cure you from anything, heal you from anything, or open things for you. Only you can do that. But what I have found is we are incredibly unique and different. And energy moves through us in different ways. We have different paths. We have different strengths. So what I do is read your energy and custom a practice and techniques just for you, for your own very unique gifts in ways that works for you. So now you are in charge of developing those skills as you wish. So if this is something you're interested in, again, it's donation based, and you can just contact me through my email address, either in the comments or in the description. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day.